Okay.
Is it going?
It's going now. All right. So I've cut this entire frame all the way around. I used a, point down there. I used a skill saw and I used a chop saw. And now I think it's ready. And by the way, watch out with bare feet. All right, are you ready? Count.
Are you going to smash the window when you do that?
Oh, yeah. Count to 3.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah! Say goodbye to the wall. Okay, you can stop. Okay, so here's day 2. We've started electrical for the jacuzzi. Brought in some service from the ceiling of the attic of the house. And got some Romex that I'm going to fish down to this outlet box. And we're going to run a circuit out of that through the wall and to this box here. Eventually the hot tub is going to be right in this area with that's a GFI will be in that area. As you can see, I'm following all the rules. That's a real GFI so we don't kill ourselves. Okay, so eventually when I get that done, we may work on paneling these walls. Well, that's the house wall. But we may panel all these walls with some kind of a, nothing too fancy paneling. Put a ceiling in, maybe even hang a light and a suspended fan up there. We're not sure yet. But that's it, day 2. And we'll get started on the electrical. Okay, so we're at day 3. You can see we got the electrical in, and it's working, obviously. But I've decided I'm going to run some wires through the wall, and I'm going to add a second outlet over here by the opening. So we're going to do some more wiring today. It's an awful overcast day in Florida, as it is back home. I sprayed some sealer, bug crack sealer or whatever, the crack sealer for bugs, as you can see all around. And that'll prevent any stuff from coming inside. I put a couple of 2x here to level this off. But I found out that the floor is ridiculously out of level. It's off from this end, 80 inches to that end. It's off by almost 2 inches. 2 inches more. It should go up to level. So if I'm going to be putting a pool in here, this is going to be pretty fun. I may have to just shore up the floor where the pool is, because the pool is going to be 78 inches around, which pretty much fills this room. So we'll see. But anyway, so day 2 is gone. Day 3 now we're going to start wiring the second outlet. And these are all on GFI circuits, by the way. All right, bye-bye. Alright, so here we go. This is day 4 of the shed revitalization, turning into a jacuzzi room. Got a lot done today, actually, so take a little look here and I'll show you what I got. How the hell do I turn this around? Hold on. Okay, well that was kind of a stupid move. You had to shut everything off. Well, today I tore off shingles that were on the outside facade, if you will, so that we could have a level area to put a final coat on this front wall. This I'm going to leave up to my friend Andy, the rough opening here, as to what kind of a doorway we do. And then I found out that the floor is horribly out of level. So I came up with a cool idea. I've got a 2x4 leading down to a double sheet of plywood, to a single sheet of plywood, to a very thin sheet of plywood. I'm going to put some shingles in this final line.
Hi.
And I'm going to put a 8-foot, 4x8 sheet of plywood. And by the time I get to this edge here, it'll be almost perfectly level. Then it's going to get carpeted anyway, so you won't see it. The point is, if I'm going to put a hot tub in here, you really don't want the hot tub to look like that, because then water will all be on one side. And it's off by almost 2 inches from one end to the other. The people that built this shed were absolutely retarded or cockeyed. You can see the second job of electrical got put in today, or yesterday rather, and that's all done. The wall's finished being boarded up on the outside, and I got the final outside coating of finished plywood out there, ready for painting and sanding. On the subject of crookedness, you look at how this edge started nice and level, and these lines are perfectly level, by the way. And then lo and behold, look at what starts to happen as we move along. These bozos, they're off by almost 1.5 inches on the other end. So you can't see it with the overhang, but it's still not straight. So when I'm all done putting cornices and stuff, I'm going to put a pine board up here, a 4-inch pine board, and cut it so that it'll look level and you won't see that error. Then I guess one of the last things is going to be guttering so it doesn't rot the wood. And tomorrow's project will be paneling, hickory paneling inside. We're going to panel the whole thing hickory, and then we can put the rug in. So that's day 4's progress. We'll see you tomorrow. Okay, well here we are. It's the end of day 5. It's about 5 o'clock. As you can see, the sun's getting longer, and we got quite a bit done today. Today we went out and got all our paneling, and pretty much a labor of love getting this baby cut into place. But as you can see, all the paneling's in, circuit board's in, new circuit with a GFI is in it. As you can see, nice and legal. This was the one odd piece, this corner. Very proud of myself. I cut that thing perfect. Didn't even need nails. It fits so tight. And all the way down the line. So we've got 2 walls paneled. Then I find out that this rough opening for a door is 78 inches high, and it's got to be a minimum of 80. So I went in tonight, just before I cleaned up for the night, and I got to cut this header right out of here. And I'm going to have to go up a couple more inches, get myself an 80-inch opening. We're going to shingle the outside of this when all's said and done. And I'm going to get a single screen door, storm door combination right in here, 36-inch door. It'll open into the jacuzzi. This over here is the whole floor, which will be used with these shims to level. And then the last thing that we put in is the rug. When I get this door framed out tomorrow, here's what I chose for a ceiling. Ceilings are not cheap. Anything you buy is 20, 30 bucks a sheet. And I'm not going to sheetrock it. So I thought, and it's 9 feet long, which means anything I buy 8 feet, I got to patch. It would look like hell. So I came up with this ingenious idea of buying a corrugated, which is made of aluminum, and it's 10 foot long. So I can cut a 1 foot section out of it. And they're 32 inches long, so I got 3 strips of it, and I'll overlay them. Overlap them, and I'll have a perfectly seamless ceiling and chrome plated. So that's going to be probably tomorrow, which is Sunday. We'll get going on that as our exterior wall. When all's said and done, this will all get painted by Karen. That's her job. So that ends day 5, little by little. She's getting done. Electrical's done, paneling's done. Tomorrow we rough out the door and start the ceiling. Okay, see you tomorrow. Alright, well, here we are. I guess this is day 6. It's about 6:30 at night, and I'm just finishing up now. I started kind of late today, so I got to stop now because it's getting past, quiet hour. I spent 4 hours ripping the header out and making a square hole for a door. I cannot believe how crooked these bastards made this. If you look at the floorboard, look at how much I had to shim that on one side. The distance of 3 2x4s, well, 2 2x4s when you add it up, to go over to that side to get this thing square. I mean, it's beyond belief. But there you have square. 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 And most importantly, well, a little off. If I went any higher, I'd be tripping coming through the thing. I mean, as it is, that's the center of the door. It's a 36-inch by 80 door. And, well, I guess I kind of had there, forget it. But I'm going to have it open from right to left, so I won't really feel that high pop. But anyway, so tomorrow we'll finish framing this in. And I can't put another header up there. It's got to use a single. I'll put some chocks up in there, some braces. Although this is pretty solid already. I'm going to put it on top. So once I get the door framed in, I'm not going to put the door in because then we put the ceiling in tomorrow and paint this wall. Karen wants some kind of a corresponding color to go with the paneling. And then we put in the floor. And then we're ready. Jacuzzi time. Okay, get back to you next time. Okay, well, we're all done day 7, and as you can see, we have covered up the wall. I put in some studs, and 2 numbers that you could take for granted are 36 and 80. 36 being this, and 80 being this. You saw me break a wall out of here the other day. Remember, I'm a bicycle mechanic. What I basically measure are spokes on wheels. I have no idea what I'm doing. But move in here closer, and I'll show you a couple of things. First of all, you see here I have 35.5 inches. Come in over here. Oh, yes. 35.5 inches, and the door is 35 inches, so that leaves me exactly a ½ inch, which I will use to perfection.
It's upside down.
That's okay. And come in close now. Look at this. This is the key here. Right there on that one. Can you get that in the bottom one here? You see that? All right. Now come over here. The other side. Right on the bottom one. See that bubble? That's not bad for a Portuguese bicycle mechanic. It's level. So, we have got 35.5 finished opening, not a rough opening, by 80 inches this way. It's perfectly square. It's perfectly level. I bought a trim kit. I put in this mitered corners all pre-made. I've countersunk the holes. We'll caulk those and paint everything later. This is going to be shingled. And tomorrow we put the ceiling in. When the ceiling's done, then Karen's going to go in and paint this wall over here, this ugly green wall. And then last thing will be the rug. And I'm calculating probably 3 more days of work. So about 5 hours a day. Very relaxing project. But a lot of fun. Okay, we'll see you tomorrow. Well, here we go, end of day 8, and we're still not done. There's the ceiling ready to go in tomorrow. But I just got to get this whole inside finished before I can put the rug in. So today, Karen started the painting. And lo and behold, guess what happened? Ran out of paint. We bought a quart, figured it would be enough to do this wall, but it worked out not to be enough. The match is perfect. Karen picked out the colors. Awesome job. And then I forgot that I had to panel one more wall here. As you can see, I have to finish this wall, so I had to buy one more sheet of walnut plywood here. Hickory, I guess it's called. So I put that in. I put one more ceiling joist in for the roof to, the ceiling to match. And I put some trim boards around the window frame, or the door frame today rather. And, boy, it's dark in here. Anyway, the paneling butts right up against it, flush. So we'll put some kind of little corner piece on here later. And a few little boo-boos I had to fix, like right there. Corner didn't quite make it, so I had to pull it in with a couple of clamps. But it's insulated, waiting for the ceiling, and the floor. So tonight we're going to go to Home Depot, get some more paint. Get this done tonight, so that'll be dry tomorrow. Give it a second coat. Tomorrow we'll lay up the ceiling, and might even get the rug in tomorrow. I don't know. I keep saying that, but we're on day 8, still climbing. All right, we'll be back again. Bye. Well, day 9 is in the books, and this was a tough one. As you can see, there's no construction waste left. Everything's been cleaned up. All of the tools are gone. That means I'm getting close to the end. And as we enter the lovely spa room, you will see, first of all, the ceiling is in. And let me tell you something. I did not realize how hard it is to put up a ceiling, but it's seamless, which is the cool thing. But it took Karen and I both standing on ladders to hold these things up and nail them in, and I made a lot of mistakes. But then we put a little molding here because it didn't quite match up right, but that hides a lot of error. As you can see, nice little molding coming down. Oh, that's the room. And then the next step was to put in our floor and level it, which on this side is up 2x4 and some shingles, shimmed all the way down to just shingles, so that as you walk on it, you got a nice even movement all the way across. So now this side here is, like I say, 2 inches higher, or lower rather, no, higher than that side. So I had to build that side up. But now that floor is level. So there's 2 jobs left, and they seem to get harder and harder as I go. We got to cut a rug, and I'm not talking about dancing, to fit in here, which I've already got the rug. I just got to cut it and put it in. I don't think I'm going to glue it down. I'm just going to staple it. And then I'm going to save the absolute worst job for last. And that's this right here. Putting in this freaking door, which scares the shit out of me. But it's ready to go. It's 80 by 35.5 and square. So that's it for day, I guess 8 or 9. I'm losing track now, but I pretty much figure I got one more day to go. So I'll see you next time. Well, here we go, day 10. I'm finished 4 hours of work, and as you can see, there's a new addition to the outside of the shed. The storm door is in. Sitting right here in a box is one complete hot tub. See the little picture? And you'll see that what I thought was a square door, well, I was off by a little bit. I had to shim it. But the little closer works. You can see there I put it all in. Everything looks good. Watch this action. Sweet. Sweet. First time I've ever put in a door. And now we have indoor, outdoor carpeting. one piece, 104 inches by 89 inches. Real bright sunny day today, and now with the door closed, it's nice and quiet in here. So this is the finished product. Ceiling's in, paneling's in, electrical with GFIs are in, wall-to-wall carpeting is in, floor is absolutely level. Little lamp in the corner, which by the way works. Our chrome ceiling, and it's not 100% airtight. There's a little leak under there, but we can go in and seal that. Little finish molding here and there, but I'd call this about 97% done. All that's left to do now is bring in that jacuzzi and inflate it and fill it with water. So after 10 days, 4 or 5 hours a day, I'd say about $1,100 worth of materials and a lot of mistakes, but very proud of myself. I did this all alone with a little bit of help from Karen, and we're ready to get jacuzzi in, which is going to fit right here, and it's just going to fit in this room with about 2 feet left to walk in. So I'll come back tomorrow and show you the jacuzzi in and running, and that'll do it. That's my project. Thank you for watching. Okay, so you've been following me for a week and a half on the journey to the spa room. This started out as a beat up old shed full of chameleons and bugs and junk and bad wood and all this. So it's been a real labor of love. And by labor of love, I mean I'd love to have somebody else have done this job. But the door's in. She closes like a dream. And now if you come in closer, I'll show you what it all added up to. And there it is, the Intex 4-person spa. Right now it's heating, so we can't show it to you. But the temperature is presently 69 degrees. Can you get a picture of that in the corner there? Go in close, get that, that's it. And as you can see, there's tons of room in here for the spa and the 4 walls. There's like an extra inch or 2 to go. So we've got enough room to walk in and crawl on, but no space on the side. We'll maybe put a little table on this one of the corners, but it seems to be functioning fine. And it says it'll take about 15 hours for the water to get up to temperature. The water's just about level in the spa. It's off by about a ½ an inch based on the way I leveled the floor, but it's not bad. It's acceptable. So this is going to be the last time I'll do this, and the next time you see me, I'll be all wet. Oh, life's nice. Come get cocktails. I don't know what's down there, but oh, it's beautiful. Woo! This is nice. 102 degrees. Life is good. All that work was worth it, baby. All right, shut her down.